Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one in store between the Mexico City Diablos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Mexico City Diablos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out. Meanwhile, for Mexico City, our visitors, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Get it.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A look there at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Tannehill. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame any.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Well, look now at our starting defense. They come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Here's 2nd and 8. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. Flush to his right. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete.
Let's go, baby.
It's a 13-yard pickup as the downs reset.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw is Tannehill. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
44.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Charles, As I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Go. Go.
They'll set up to throw. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 7. Over the middle, complete. That's Patel. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the 1st. This quarterback now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. Flushed out right.
I get those goosebumps every time. I need the Heimlich. Throw that to the side.
These guys are going to retake the lead.
The previous play is under review.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we?
Touchdown, Mexico City. The kicker on for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
And logo. Check right, check right. Ready to go. Now.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd down.
Fournette. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And now he lost.
I get those goosebumps every time. I need the Heimlich. Throw that to the side.
Touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. On the draw, this is Fournette. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll try and start this drive. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right. At some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
I don't think you got it, son.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Looking to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And that's caught inside the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the game. No shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also...
I get those goosebumps every time. I need the Heimlich. Throw that to the side.
A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Back to throw, Tannehill. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he completes it to Westbrook. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Tannehill. It's complete to Chris Conley. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A shotgun give to Fournette. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 39, Tannehill. The open man is Westbrook. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Tannehill on the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Fournette. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Throwing on 2nd down. Tannehill. That's out to his running back, Fournette.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Here's Tannehill. And able to find Conley. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Tannehill. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
That time a 9-play drive, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. On one hand, as we look at some of his struggles with the 3 interceptions, he's got to be upset. On the other hand, they're still winning this game.
So how does he take care of the ball the rest of the game? That's what his teammates are interested in because they pick things up for him throughout. You got to look over the defensive side, the kicking game. Those guys have made it work for him. Now his goal, not mess up anything else down the stretch.
Yeah, forget about those 3 picks. Move on. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
And to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to...
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Tannehill. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep and curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Again, Tannehill. And the catch good. It's Eifert. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. To the air again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play for the Jaguars. is 45 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tyler Eifert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They will run it. It's Fournette. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
18 yards there and a 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Mike, check.
Back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. 11 yards for number 11. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. He's back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Patel. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Took their shot at going for the win, didn't get it. Now bring on the field goal unit, tie this thing.
It's the right call. I truly believe that. But if I'm on defense, I'm also staying a little loose here in case they want to be really aggressive and fake it.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They have a little bit of time here to get in field goal range, not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. They'll run it again with Fournette. They'll have a first down past the 40. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here are our visitors to take over on offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Sliding out of the pocket. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath. And boy, oh boy, the moment is down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
They're starting to put together a nice drive. So now they operate back from their side of the field here. 2nd and long. 2nd and long. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Finding room inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
2nd and 9 now. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. There defensively was Buster's screen to knock it away. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Back to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
Can't you stop? I got you, son.
First throw in overtime for Tannehill. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Caught, Eifert over the middle. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock in overtime in a 3-point ball game.
Mike, 58, right there. Let's go one more. Let's go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill, incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing again is Tannehill. To the left side here for Eifert. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A pass complete here to Conley. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
I get those goosebumps every time. I need the Heimlich, throw that to the side. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you're not around, when you throw that to the side.
This game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance out field goals from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for our visitors, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.